Conquering the spirit, I'm busting through the ceiling. I'm following your lead, I'm following this feeling. Conquering the spirit, I'm busting through the ceiling. Busting through the ceiling, busting through the ceiling.
No, really? Hát akkor most Biomutant lesz. Ugye már majdnem egy éve, hogy megvan a játék. De még nem nagyon tudtam úgy foglalkozni vele. Aztán most így úgy gondoltam, hogy akkor nyomathatnánk. Nem nagyon volt ötletem, hogy most mit streameljek. Hát és gondoltam, hogy húsvét lesz, akkor legyen valami ilyen állatos dolog. Aztán akkor menjünk, aztán győzzük le a völdítereket. Hát, nyilván nem fogom azonnal legyőzni őket, de ugye az a cél, hogy 4 ilyen világfaló szörnyet ugye le kell győzni azt hiszem az élet fájának gyökereinél. Jól tudom. Na mindegy. Medium. Jó. Lehet, hogy könnyű lesz, de nem baj.
Encode your DNA.
Hát, ami nekem ez tetszik, ez a burger, meg ez a primer, vagy primer. Ez pont egy intellektes. Hát nem tudom igazából, de szerintem ez totál lényegtelen, hogy melyiket választom, csak kinézetügyileg van úgymond jelentőség. Hát jól értem, hogy ott ír statokat, de ez nem olyan nagy dolog szerintem. Na, legyen ez. Ez a legalapabb. Akkor legyen ilyen nagy... Ilyen nagy darab. Hát mondjuk annyira nem lesz azért nagy darab, de... Hát kicsit nagy a felső teste, meg a feje, aztán ennyi. Nem lehet ilyeneket állítani, hogy csaj vagy férfi. Szerintem ez ilyen hibrid. Igazából. Mindkét nemhez tartozik, vagy nem tudom. Na, hát mondjuk a milli damage az jó, mert amúgy bőrszenelit akarok csinálni, az meg pont olyan, hogy az ugye katanával harcol, tehát az úgy jó milli damage.
Choose a genetic resilience.
Hát a resistance meg gondolom jó lesz így 6%-on minden. Majd úgyis ugye az itemektől függ, hogy alakul.
Choose your fur style.
Az igen. Vissza olyan már, mint egy vörös panda, lassan. Még lehetne ilyen vulpeida szerűt is csinálni egyébként.
Pick your
Legyen
main
így.
color.
A szín az nem tudom, hogy milyen legyen. Persze, rózsaszín, nem? Legyen ilyen... nem tudom, egy ilyen kékes színű. Mondjuk így.
Choose your detail color.
Ez meg maradhat ilyen fehér.
Pick a class. Mercenary. Dead Commando. Psy-freak.
Hát ez a Psy-freak, ez gondolom az ilyen varázslóféle.
Saboteur. Sentinel. Commando. Deadeye. Mercenary.
Na de én ilyet akarok csinálni.
Mercenary chosen. Good choice. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Hát legyen a light, freedom and loyalty. Amúgy ez a karakter szerintem pont a strength and power írik jobban. Csak hát az ugye ilyen sötét oldali, úgymond. Nem tudom egyébként, hogy úgy mit befolyásolnak ezek a játékon. Azt tudom, hogy lehet majd én törzsekhez csatlakozni, és akkor nyilván az egyik gonosz, a másik meg jó.
Let me introduce myself. I'm the light and bright side of you, or your inner voice to be precise, an echo of balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Seems more like you're being lightheaded if you ask me, but you'll come around eventually.
But what comes around goes all the way back around. So, it's better to stick to your instincts. You can't fight what's in your nature.
In your nature, and here I was hoping we'd be all about natural selection, survival of the strongest, and so forth. If that's not instinct, then I don't know what is.
Natural selection is all about evolution and progress. And as soon as there's enough light, darkness will disappear.
Darkness will disappear. Hát úgy látom eltűnt. Hát valami aurát adott.
Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
Lupin. Állítólagosan ez a fő gonosz a játékban. Azért kell az elején harcolni vele. Most pont nem kardozok amúgy. Tehát azért van a pisztoly, hogy használjam, nem?
Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story.
Igen, most ez volt a cél, hogy elmeneküljünk.
This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die.
Hát azt látom, hogy a vadállomány az itt nagyon mutálódni kezdett. Biztos sok lett, azt leengtem azért ilyen elő is. Hát, nyomtam, de csak így az elejét. Hát így végig sose játszottam. Hát a teniszlabda az biztos nagyon hasznos. Egyébként a stream avatás az megint azért nincs elindítva, mert hát így
The oil
akadozik
sludges
a
everywhere. To
játék
most,
alatt.
it only means death, but some have adapted to the new
Aztán az így
environment.
nem annyira jó.
Evolution has its ways.
Ez nem mint annyira sokat számítana, de csak úgy mondtam, hogy mi az oka, hogy nincs. Istenem már! Hogy tudott ennyire elmutálódni, hogy ekkora lett? Energy pack. Ez valami kápszer. Mit akarsz?
Rick!
Rokaboom. De ezeket milyen könnyen megölöm, a lupinnal meg alig bírtam. Persze azért, mert az a legbaszóbb mindenki közül. Én miket vettem fel? Hát, gondolom nem sok mindent még. Ilyen híreket láttam. azok itt vannak, meg ilyen energy pack. Meg a teniszlabda. Ja. Aha, ennek pajzsa van. Ezt nem bírom így sebezni. Nem tudom, hogy lesz nekem majd olyan pillanatok, ahol healelnem kell. Na most még úgy egyelőre ugye el vagyok, tehát még ez a játék eleje.
Shut.
Na. Level up. Hát... Nem tudom, rakjunk mondjuk a Vitality-re. Strength-en az most így egész jó. Egyelőre. Nem tudom, hogy a karizma ez így mennyit számít, vagy ez így mire jó konkrétan, úgy jó vastag a karja. Lába meg olyan vékony. Meg lehet csak a ruha miatt olyan vastag. Ja, kereskedés. Hát azt mondjuk lehet. Ez jó is lesz az a szurkálódás. De pont a másik irányba kell menni, erről jöttem.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
Amelyik azt mondom, hogy akár állítod a karaktert, a lába az mindig ilyen vékony lesz.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy.
Legalábbis én nem láttam még olyan mutánst, aminek vastag volt a lába.
Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
De nem akarok elmerülni. Igen, már nem tud úszni egyébként. Azt hiszem. És egy elmerül.
The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. That paid off. Close encounter. Flash the slash.
Oké. Érdekesen mászik azon a láncon.
Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
Hát a karakterem nem beszél, csak ilyen narrátor. Ja, igen. Hát lehet, hogy az beszél amúgy.
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
Visszafalló, most kijövünk a bunkerből.
The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go.
Jó? Most az elején hova tűnt el a kücsök a vállamról?
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out.
Neki meg az a neve, hogy autóvé. Értem.
That'll come in handy.
Hát ne bánsátok már, hát tolószékben van, hát mi az, hogy megtámadjátok a szerencsétlen.
The deep cut.
El van ott a puskájával.
That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
Na pont ezt akartam mondani, hogy ez valami ilyen régi volt. Mármint, hogy ilyen ismerős.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Ja, én tápláltam a fát régen. Még kicsi lett a feje is. Szóval a Lupa Lupin ez így megtámadta a falunkat annó. Szia, Johnny!
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here.
Ó, hát csak tudja, hogy itt vagyok. De ki ez a Muma? Amúgy, az a múterünk lenne? Hát még a szó ahhoz hasonlít a legjobban.
You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life.
Tehát akkor ilyen potato people-t kell elkapnunk a fának, úgymond. És hát majd az lesz a lényeg.
Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You've found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy.
Azt nem tudom egyébként, hogy nem emlékszik a dolgokra. Lehet, hogy történtve van, hát gondolom majd még kiderülnek itt dolgok.
You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But Today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nonno's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived.
Olyan nagyra megnőtt, hisz eldelünk. Igen, ezek a völgyíterek pusztítják a fát.
The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route.
Inkább ez a gyökere, vagy milyen.
Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Biztos ez? Hát, hogy mindenki meghal, ha fát elpusztítják, de valakinek pont azt akarja, hogy elpusztuljon a fa. Tehát így valamelyik től azt akarja lényegében. És hogyha ez így van, akkor ők is meghalnak. Gondolom.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in. and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
Ja, hogy az így leugrik néha a vállamról. Mondjuk most nem is nagyon akar felugrani oda, na mindegy.
Know that the tree of life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the world eaters.
Na meg vannak számlálva a napok. Amikor még nem megyek oda a völgyítelekhez, addig úgyse történik semmi.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
És így oldok fel fast-travel pontot. Az érdekes.
Must be the world eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down.
Igen, ez az a völgyítel, aminek elvileg itt kéne lennie. Igen, itt van ez a három fejű. Nem tudom, hogy került ide.
Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive.
Na mi van? Pont nem ment át rajta.
He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the world eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Meg már egy nyúl felé amúgy. Azzal a fűvel.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
Side point unlock. És azzal mire megyek? Szájponttal.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Nem lesz balansz, ha elpusztítják a fát.
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do.
Itt vannak a kővezsek. Az érdekes egyébként, hogy ugye most a Myriad meg a Jagni között lehet választani. És a fura egyébként, hogy a Myriadok állnak ugye a jó oldalon, Jagnik meg a sötét oldalon. Mert ők azt akarják, hogy elpusztuljon a fa. És akkor hát olyan érdekes, hogy ezek a Myriadok, ezek ilyen nem is tudom, ilyen iszlám beütésűek ezzel a turbánnal. A Jagnik meg ugye ilyen szamurájok, és pont a szamurájok a gonoszok. Tehát, nem tudom, pont róluk nem tudnám elképzelni, hogy ők gonoszok lennének. Nem fura egyébként. Hát én kapásból a Myriadot állítanám be gonosznak, ha így rájuk nézek.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
Na nem mindegy, hát menjünk a Myriadok felé.
It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded.
Ja, itt már ugye harcolnak is. Hát akkor megöljük őket, a szemetek.
This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone.
Egyébként a többi törzs az milyen, azt látjuk így. Néha. Ez is nagyon gonosznak néz ki, mondjuk ez az is ténylegesen. Okay.
That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war.
Na menjünk a
Thinks you should
síkúhoz.
just put one paw ahead of the other and make your way up there. The tribe is always open to a new face.
Azonnal csatlakozzunk a törzshez.
Sibi? Lapvanen aginkanman. Geratna fal hutut mustugai lavute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place.
Ha egyesülne minden nép, akkor nem kéne kivel
He
harcolni.
welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. The wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the Tree of Life.
Ha nem csatlakozok egy törzshez se, akkor mi van? Azért nem lehet. Na,
He was hoping you'd join them. You understand that there's no harm in doing good to others.